It's a good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sweet Reality Kenya TV. On Sweet Reality Kenya TV, we host interviews on varied and pertinent issues. Today, we host Mukwa Waswa, the owner of Chalicha Orchards. Chalicha Orchards is typically an agribusiness at its best. Welcome, Bwana Waswa, to our studios. I am your host, Otieno Isaiah.
Thank you, Bwana Isaiah. My name's Mukwa Waswa of Chalicha.
Tell us briefly what Chalicha Orchards is all about. Karibu.
Chalicha Orchards is traded in Webuye town, and we deal in a house of avocado, purples, and we keep bees. We also raise up seedlings for house of avocado. We raise up seedlings for purples. We make beehives, and we supply them to our farmers. Currently, we are having almost 500 farmers spread all over Kenya who are dealing or who are farming house of avocados, purples, and keeping bees. We are also engaged in forming up Chalicha Orchards Farmer Society, which will embrace the marketing segment of the members, farmers, and also we share services, extension services, agronomy, and farm management services. We are embraced to succeed in the agricultural business or agro-business segment of Kenya, and we have come to learn that the three items, the house of avocado, purples, and beekeeping, are highly marketable, and their products are highly needed in Kenya and abroad. Thank you, Bwana Isaiah.
Well said, Bwana Mukwa. How did you come up with the name Chalicha? How was it coined? And how did you start thinking of agriculture as a business?
Thank you, Bwana Isaiah. Chalicha is a name that came from the village where my mom was born. So it is a memorial kind of name that we used to visit my grandmother in the village, and the name really has a lot of memory down the lane. So I decided to choose Chalicha as a name for my orchard because of where my mom was born. About starting an orchard is that another woman came to my car and asked me if I can help her get a house of avocado. She has a very big order to supply in Europe, and she could not get a house of avocado. So I assured her, I'll get for you very many. I went up and down, here and there, calling people, Meru, where, and so on. Get any house of avocado. Mostly like Western Kenya, even people did not know what house of avocado was. So I found that this is where business is. This is where I can do something to fill the gap. So I started the seedlings, and I started encouraging people to plant house of avocado, and that is how Chalicha Orchards was born. Thank you.
This is quite enterprising, Mukwa. Many people do not know what house of avocado is. I also don't. What is house of avocado?
House of avocado is a type of avocado that was discovered in Australia, and it is a highly improved F1 avocado. It is now very popular and marketable all over the world. Mexico being the world leading producer of house avocado with 40%. Kenya being the leading supplier of house avocado in Africa, followed by South Africa and Tanzania. So house avocado is a very popular and marketable and highly nutritious type of avocado that it is now being planted and sold by very many farmers, including those who are in Chalicha Orchards.
For a farm to thrive, it must be having a very good organizational structure. What is the organizational structure of Chalicha Orchards from top to bottom?
The kind of business structure for Chalicha Orchards is everybody in an overall. Everybody goes out working. Even the director of Chalicha Orchards puts on an overall or an overcoat. Then we are all in the field. We go to our orchard to work. We go to see farmers all over in Yata, in Kithimani, in Mwingi, in Nyeri, in Embu, in Kitale, in Bungoma, in Migori, in Homa Bay. Is that everybody is just working like ants. We just go out and work. We just go out and work to outreach our farmers for extension services, for farm management, and we make sure that they are doing the right thing at the right time for the keeping of bees, for house avocado and purpose. So the management structure is just we all work. Thank you.
According to one business expert, Joseph Kering, who is a mentor and a business coach, a business cannot thrive without 1, skill, 2, discipline, and 3, presence. What skills do you use at Chalicha Orchards? Secondly, how does discipline help in the growth of your company or farm? And 3, how do you tackle the issue of presence in your entity?
Isaiah, in terms of discipline and work ethics and so on, we believe in honesty, we believe in delivery, we believe in participation. Everybody in Chalicha Orchards, every worker, every person, including the director, we just work. We deliver, we don't promise. We just deliver. What we have our clients or our farmers ordered or what they call for attention, we just reach there and do. We are always there. We take the shortest time to be there. We help them, we assist them, and we respond to any of their queries and problems and challenges. We don't take time. We don't ignore them. We find them, they are a part of us, and we work with them, and we are always there. We are fair, we are honest, and we are dependable. Thank you.
Bwana Mukwa, as one of my friends, Engineer Dai, would want to ask, why do we have to produce Hass avocado in Kenya, then transport or export this Hass avocado to other countries, and then maybe get it back as a finished product? What is it that we can do as Kenyans to make sure that the finished product is a Kenyan product? Is there something we can do so that we do not rely on just exporting the raw material to other places and instead have finished products from Kenya, produced in Kenya and made in Kenya?
Hass avocado is eaten as a fruit, and most of the importers like China, like people in Asia, they want the whole fruit. They use the top peel, they use the flesh, they use the seed. So you cannot process Hass avocado in terms of a paste or you put it in a tin to export. People want it as a fruit, as a full fruit, as a whole fruit. So that's why we cannot send it as a processed or a finished product from Kenya. Thank you.
If you are asked to give mentorship to a young Kenyan farmer, what would you advise? A young farmer who would want to join, who would want to get into the kind of business you're doing, what are the do's and don'ts of agribusiness in Kenya?
About mentorship, agribusiness, mostly Hass avocado, purples, or anything else, is you have got to be available and you have got to do about it yourself. And you maintain a high level of integrity, a high level of honesty, and a high level of production. And you have to look at the international standards, the Kenyan standards, for you to produce goods that are acceptable all over, and you go by the guidelines that are there by the government and by the statutory bodies for the production. One should put in mind 3-4 various issues to set up an orchard. One is you must have land. The land must be proximate to water, or you should have availability of water. Probably you sink a borehole, or you collect water. I harvest water from the Mabati into my dams, and you look at the kind of crop you are growing. Which kind of crop? Is it a fast crop? You need to wait for long. Where is the market? Who else is doing it? And how can you market it? Is it locally or for export? So you need to have various factors to set up an orchard. It's a challenging thing. You need to benchmark. You need to look at the diseases for the crop. You need to see as probably being attacked by wild animals or being what. So there are various factors you need to look for you to set up an orchard so that it can flourish. And you have to look at the international standards, the Kenyan standards, for you to produce goods that are acceptable all over, and you go by the guidelines that are there by the government and by the statutory bodies for the production.
Finally, Bwana Mukwa, what would you expect improved either by the farmers themselves or by the government of Kenya so that we can thrive in agribusiness?
Improvement in production of house avocado is in terms of quality and the provision of water. House avocado is typically 95% of it is water. So if the water is available by the government to everybody and the house avocado is watered, we can easily harvest 3 times a year. In Kenya, cooperative societies have failed a great deal because of more of cartels. The officials of cooperative society have turned up to be cartels, extortionists, who only see other people in the membership rather than seeing the whole membership. So they need to restructure and bring other bills, acts of parliament to manage and run cooperative societies, because they have been infiltrated by cartels, people who are hungry to grow rich very fast from the members. As per the Chalicha Orchards, we formed Chalicha Orchards Member Society, typically for sharing of information, data, enhancing productivity, and looking for market for. And if we can have so many people producing house avocado, aided by the government in terms of external services, farm management, agronomy, and data and information, we are able to produce a lot of avocado with the availability of water. Bwana Isaiah, about the dam, I constructed 2 dams in my farm in Chalicha Orchards. One dam that is near the house for farm workers is 160,000 liters, and the above dam you are seeing is 300,000 liters of water. This is typically the water I collect from the rain from the Mabati. So I collect water from the Mabati, it comes to the first. We can really strive and nearer the Mexico production of avocado, who are now catering for 40% of the world demand for house avocado.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sweet Reality Kenya TV, hosting the CEO of Chalicha Orchards, Mukwa Waswa. Bwana Mukwa, thank you so much for coming to our studios.
Thank you.
Asante sana. I am your presenter, Otieno Isaiah. Till next time, bye-bye.